Hello, my name is Sally and today I want to show you some different eyeliner application techniques using Look Fabulous Forever's makeup range, which is specifically designed for older faces. So I have done all of my face makeup. I've put my lipstick on and I've done most of my eye makeup. I've done my brows, I've put the warm brown trio on my eyes, I've put cocoa all over, a little bit of cream in the centre, cocoa up here and a tiny bit of chocolate up there. I have done my brows, but I haven't done my eyeliner and I haven't done my mascara. Today I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do eyeliner. There's no wrong or right way with makeup. It's just learning what works for you and your eye shape and the look that you want to achieve. So I'm going to be demonstrating today with the soft eyeliner in dark brown because I'm wearing the browns and I'm a little bit warmer, but this colour looks good on cools as well. It's brilliant. So it is a retractable eyeliner. Now my normal look is not a particularly winged look, but a slightly lifted look. I'm going to show you that first and show you how to hold the eye, etc. You might just want to do the top, you might just want to do the bottom, you might want to do both. So let me show you what I do. So I am going to start with this eye because this eye I actually find the most difficult. This is my right eye. So what I like to do is to not bring it out too much and not bring it down too much. So I find it difficult to shut this one and keep the other one open. So what I do is I kind of pinch the eye slightly towards my nose. And I'm going to start pretty much at the last eyelash and little bit upwards here. And just little short strokes. Now I like to bring it just over halfway across for day makeup. Sometimes for night makeup, I do bring it all the way, not all the way, but nearly all the way in. I like to start at the outside and work my way in, so you can see the effect that I've made, winging it. So there's a little bit of a wedge here, and you can keep going over it until you get the desired effect. So if you open that, you can see it's still fairly natural. I haven't brought it all the way across, but I could bring it a bit further in, which I'll do in a moment, but I'll just do the other side. Now this side, I find I am able to keep my eyes shut while looking through the other eye. So what I do here is just sort of slightly lift my eye, and I find I don't need to pinch the nose. Again, little short strokes. If you are only going about halfway or 3/4 of the way across, what I like to do is to taper it so that it doesn't just stop with a blob. So that what I do is take the pressure off the eyeliner as I get to the middle and sort of draw it as though it's drawing onto the lashes so that it goes wider, slightly thinner. Go back to this bit and just lift it. As we get older, most of our eyes come downward and become a little bit more hooded. So by lifting the eyeliner up a little bit, it just kind of corrects that on that outer edge. So that is a fairly natural, simple way of doing the top ones. You can just leave it like that. And also do is the bottom ones. And some ladies like to do the bottom ones in a colour that's not quite as dark as the top. So maybe if you are warm, you might like to use warm taupe. It's a neutral, so it will go well with everybody, warm, cool alike. But I'm going to demonstrate with the brown just to show you what I do. Let's start on this eye just for a change. I'm going to go out to in, just under the base of the lashes in a very light movement. And let's do this side. I've just got my eyes open. Naturally, I'm not pulling them in any way, so that I'm just following the base of my lashes and tapering off again roughly in the middle so that it just looks as though it's disappeared. And what I then like to do, if I want to join the bottom and the top up, I bring the bottom up to meet the top by shutting my eye and bringing it up. shut the eye and just little tiny strokes to bring it up, because what you don't want is to bring the top down to meet the bottom, because that will droop the eyes. So that is one way of doing it. What you might then want to do is, what I always do, is to soften it using a wedge brush. That we have the wedge brush number 8, and also then using maybe a dark shadow. So I've used chocolate, so I'm going to use a little bit of chocolate. I won't do it too much because I want to demonstrate something else as well, but just to show you the effect, just go over what you've done with the eyeshadow. And what that does is it will just soften it even more, and it will set it a little bit underneath. So that's a fairly straightforward way of doing your eyeliner. Now, if you've got very close together eyes, I would suggest that you actually only put your eyeliner just on the outer edges of both the top, maybe the bottoms as well, just to draw your eye, somebody looking at you, draw the eye outwards so that it'll make your eyes look less close together. And if you've got very far apart eyes, you might well want to bring your eyeliner all the way in, right up to sort of this area, which will also have the opposite effect and detract away from having eyes that are further apart. Now, winging. A lot of the young girls, you do these huge, great big wings. I personally think that on an older eye, really huge wings can look a little bit too obvious, but if you want to do the effect of winging with our eyeliners, you can. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to just show you a little bit of an extra wing. So what I'm going to do with this one is, the most important thing when you wing is to wing it upwards so that you have this sort of shape. So I'm going to just very slightly bring it up. So I'm actually kind of bringing it towards my crease area. And let's do it this side as well. I'm just going to, with my finger, just do that so that the wing is sort of slightly more upward. So you're softening it still with the wedge brush. And then what you want to do is look at yourself with your eyes straight ahead and think, can I see enough wing? Do I want a bit more? Because it might just have disappeared into the crease. So again, just bring it up a little bit. What I will then do is to take just an eyeshadow brush and just soften it a little bit. And you've got a slightly winged effect there without it looking too harsh. And finally, the third thing that you might like to do with your eyeliner is to upper tight line. So you might not want to put it on top of your lashes. You might want to put it underneath the base in the actual tight line, which has the effect of thickening the base of your lashes. It's a bit weird to do, but because ours are so very soft, you can either just do it like I'm doing. The only thing you might find, because they're so soft, is there is a little bit sometimes of transference onto your bottom lower waterline. If you wear contact lenses, if you get really, really watery or sensitive eyes, you might not want to do this technique, but otherwise it can just create that thicker effect on the top. If you do get a little bit of transference into the bottom and you don't want to have eyeliner in the bottom, then just take a cotton bud, and you can see it's come down a little bit, just wipe it off. This might all be too much. If you don't like touching your eyes, it might be too fiddly, but it's just a technique that some ladies like to use. And likewise, you might even want to put it, some ladies like to put it in the bottom lower waterline. I tend to think it closes the eyes up a little bit if you put it in the bottom, but that again, it's personal preference. What I'm going to do now is to curl my lashes before putting some mascara on, because that will always finish off the look when you've used eyeliner. It's really nice to add mascara, and I think it's worth saying, when you're putting your eyeliner on, until you've got your mascara on, your lipstick and everything else, it won't look right. So I'm going to use our lovely Live Lash mascara in black. So until you've got your mascara on, don't panic if you think your eyeliner is too thick, too obvious, because the mascara is what finishes the look off and really adds to the framing of the eyes. So you can see I've got a sort of like slight kitten wing effect just on the outer edge. If you've put eyeliner on your bottom, you might not need to use mascara because it will give the effect of lashes, but you can still use a little bit if you want to. But if you find that it's just too fiddly, using mascara on the bottom, putting eyeliner on is really brilliant for creating definition. So we've kind of finished the look now with a bit of mascara. What I sometimes do is always just go back with a cotton bud just to make sure that there's no little areas that I've smudged after doing my mascara. There we have the finished look. So eyeliner techniques, I tend to go out to in, you can go in to out, just play around. What you don't want to do is to bring your eyeliner down too much because that will have the effect of drooping. So always do a little bit of a lift if you can, either at the end of the last lash, which is where I normally go, and just make a little sort of wedge, or you can try and create a little bit of a winged effect but upwards, and it's quite nice to go over it with a little bit of eyeshadow as well to soften the effect. If you want just to darken your lashes, you can always use it in the upper tightlining it's called. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have fun playing with all the different colours of soft eyeliners from Look Fabulous Forever. Thank you so much. Bye bye.